Ben Diaz from Home Cook Knows Best. So today we're going to have something special for you. I love making this dish. It's a nice crab dip. This dish came about one Super Bowl Sunday actually. It was actually great. I had all this stuff in my refrigerator. This is actually Phillips King crab. I love using Phillips King crab. It's nice soft texture. It's nice juicy contrast. So we have a nice mixing bowl here. We're going to add our crab. Season it slightly. So we'll let that sit for a couple of minutes. While that's sitting there, we'll get some of our crostinis we cut from a nice chubby baguette. Something sweet. You just lay it out a little bit. Doesn't have to be too fancy. Just pick up your nice brush, some nice olive oil. Do a nice little flavor. Now I love using olive oil. It's nice, flavorful, sweet. You get a nice smoky flavor out of it, especially Kalamata olive oil. Now you don't necessarily have to use olive oil. You can use butter, drawn butter, melted slightly, or if you have canola oil. It's a little bit much healthier, but you'll lose some of that flavor. It's okay. So here we're just going to brush slightly. It doesn't have to be perfect. All the juices and everything will separate, all the oil will infuse the bread. So we'll hold that there. And a little bit more salt. Now we use this chubby baguette because it's sweeter, it holds its contrast better, and you get the nice outside crisp, and the inside will be nice and soft and tender, which will add to the flavor of the crab. So we're going to add a little bit more salt, just a little bit more. Don't be afraid of the salt. We're going to add some fresh ground black pepper. You can use white if you prefer, but I love the black pepper. I think it's a nice, better taste, better presentation. And always try to use fresh. Now we have a slightly warm pan, it's not too hot, not too cold. So we're just going to put these in there, face down, just to give a nice little aid when we cook it in the oven. Now the reason we're using a non-stick pan and one of these small ones, it's so be easier for cleanup. You don't have to fuss, no mess with everything. Everything's gonna come out simple yet elegant. So again, just brush it lightly on the other side, a little bit more. Again with that salt. See what I mean by the cleanup? It doesn't get all over the place. Now we can just add a little bit more fresh ground black pepper. Now we're going to bring this to the oven at 350 degrees for about 4 to 5 minutes. So now we have a nice little Diaz crab meat here. Nice claw meats again. Try to get the claw meat. It's better. Get nice chunks, nice contrast, and it doesn't look too shreddy. So for this, we already have the salt. You can see draw out a lot of that moisture. So that's all that flavor we were looking for. So here we got some nice fresh diced avocado. Not to add all of it, but if you're like me, you're gonna love all of it. So we also have some nice fresh tomatoes. You actually dice these, took the seeds out. That way you don't have all that moisture in there. You got a nice little contrast. Again, it's all about the color. All about the color and the flavors. Just let everything come together at once. Here we got some fresh corn that we took off the cob. Again, when you're looking for corn, just look for a nice little husk. It has to be nice and small, nice color on it. It can't be too dark, too light. It has to be that nice little perfect, nice thread sticking out. So we like to use this. This is sweet corn. It's a nice little added flavor. This should do it. Now I'm gonna have some of this little bit of smoked paprika. This is great. It has a nice little smoky flavor. It's not too spicy. Most people think it is, but it's not. Most people confuse paprika with cayenne. Cayenne is the one that's really spicy, the one that gives you a little kick. This one actually is nice and mild and sweet. So we just add a little bit more. As you can see, all the colors are starting to come together, which is great. Now we add a little bit more fresh ground black pepper. And we add some of this sweet yogurt, just for a binder to hold everything together. Now, I like to do this a lot when I'm at the restaurant. Something simple, something easy, especially for our guests to come in repeatedly. They like something interesting, something new. This gives everything, all the great flavors, everything's nice and fresh. And again, just simple little turns here and there, that will help you out a lot. This doesn't have to be too great, just nice and simple. Let's take a look at our bread. There it goes, nice and crispy. Nice and crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. You can actually hear that? Great. So what you want, something nice and sweet and perfect. Nice little crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Now it's taking me a long time to get these absolutely right, but as you can see, it doesn't take too much, just the right attitude and the right techniques, and you have to be able to have time. Just be passionate with it. The more passion you have, the easier it comes out for you. It's going to be much greater. So again, we'll let that sit for a minute, let it cool down. Till then, we'll just mix our crab. As you can see, everything's coming together nicely. We have all these nice bold colors. All these sweet colors and everything comes in, looks nice and absolutely perfect. So before we go on, we get some nice little parsley here. Add a little bit more color to this. Now it's gonna be easy, simple. So we don't have to take too much time with this. This is gonna be absolutely perfect. Just a nice little rough chop should do it. Again, we're looking for that nice color, a nice little added flavor to this. Something simple. Here's a great tip for you when you're chopping parsley. Just pinch the tip of the nose and right at the neck and grab like this. You get a nice little rocking motion. It's nice and easy for you. You don't get tired. Your wrist, really take that nice needed break. And again, it's safer for you. Your fingers are not in the way. They're nowhere close to the blade. And as you can see, you get a nice little even chop. You can go faster, slower if you want. Gives you more optimal control of the knife. So as you can see, we have nice greenery here. Keep turning this more. We got a nice plate here. Not too elegant, something nice and simple, brings out the food. So we're just gonna grab our nice little crab dip. Just generally plate it, not to be too elegant. I like playing it on the side. That way, most people like playing it in the middle. But I like to feel that all the food has its place. The more things are on the sides, the better. Everything gets smoother out. You got more time to move around and actually get what you want. So I like to use a white plate because it's more bold. The food comes out even bolder, it gives more color. As you can see right now, how the crab dip pops out more at you, as opposed to a black plate. Most people like the black plates, but I think it's an excuse to hide your mistakes, So here we got a nice crostinis, and again remember, it's not too hot, but once it comes out of the oven, remember your pans are hot. That's a rule I learned a long time ago. Remember, everything in the kitchen is hot. Never assume it's cold because it's gonna hurt. So just plating up everything nice and simple, gently. Crostinis look great. Now this can feed, depending on how many people you like, depending on how many crostinis. You can feed between 5-7 people. If you like to make a bigger, bolder batch, you can obviously feed more than that. But again, if you're just like myself, you can eat this whole thing just by yourself. Now for a little bit more added flavor, a little more color, add a little bit more of that smoked paprika on top. So little crostinis give a little bit more color. Now we'll top it with a nice little piece of parsley. Not too big, not too fancy, something simple yet elegant. And there you have it, a nice little crab dip with some nice fresh homemade crostinis. And up next, we're gonna have a nice homemade shrimp salad with gonna show you how to make a nice homemade vinaigrette. It's gonna be great. And now for our next recipe, we have a nice great grilled shrimp salad, a nice mixed greens, sweet corn has been roasted and cut off the cob, some fresh diced pineapple, some orange slices, which call these prams. They're kind of picked out stems, so you see no membrane. It's just none but the pure wedges. Yeah, sweet. So now first we'll start off with this vinaigrette. So you got a nice spiced rum vinaigrette. So we're gonna start with a little bit of mayonnaise. Use as our binder. I'm gonna add a little bit of this nice spiced rum. Not too much. See, not too much. So we're gonna grab this, nice and smooth. We're gonna emulsify this just a little bit. Let the mayonnaise and the rum mix together. I like mixing it with other liqueurs, as well as rum and other types of different spices and wines. It's a great simple technique. It adds a lot of flavor. You don't pick up all that liqueur. That's just there mostly for show. And now what we're gonna do is just slightly drizzle in a little bit of this fresh olive oil. As you can see, it's already starting to hold its shape. Now you can do this in a blender or a mixing bowl or a standard KitchenAid as well. I prefer this, by hand. It's a nice simple technique. You can see how the oil is being absorbed by the whole base. So a little bit more. Keep going. And there you go. You get a nice little orangey color. There's a nice vinaigrette. So now we're gonna do to this, just add a little some of this nice sea salt. I like to use sea salt, it's better, it's fresh, it's nice, it's good for the heart, healthy. Add some more fresh parsley, some nice little color, some freshly ground black pepper. And now we're just gonna whisk this a little bit more, make sure everything comes together. You can see the nice colors in this, they stand out pretty well, give a nice little taste. Oh yeah, needs a little bit more salt. That's what we're looking for. That should be great. Now we're gonna hold this for later. Now let's get started on that salad. Now I got a small little plate here. I'm gonna lay out our shrimp. Just put them on the plate. Scatter them nice and lightly. So just put them on the plate. You scatter them slightly around. Don't have to be perfectly, but just have some room to move everything around. This way you can just actually add a little bit more oil on top. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just enough to coat everything. So now we're just gonna season the shrimp. A little salt, a little more fresh ground black pepper. So now that our shrimp is perfectly seasoned, we bring it to this grill we have here. It's gonna be great, simple. I'm using tongs. You can use a spoon if you like, prefer. But I think tongs makes it easier for you to move everything around. So we're just gonna slightly tap it. You can hear that? Nice loud music. That's what you want to hear. That's so you know your pan's ready. So now you just dump your shrimp in the pan. Just try to scatter them a little bit. You want to overcrowd the pan. Then the pan starts to cool down and it won't crisp up properly. And again, just let them sit there for a minute or two. Let the pan do its work. And while those are cooking, let's start on the salad. So here I got some fresh mixed greens, some summer greens. We're gonna add our nice little ingredients to this and top this. So when this is ready, our shrimp should be done at the same time. So it'd be great, everything come together. So let's start with adding a little bit more salt to the greens. This is a great trick. People don't know this, but when you add salt to greens, it really brings out their flavor. It gets a nice little sweetness coming out of all the herbs and all the lettuce. So let's start again with those sliced orange segments. Use some of that juice, it's perfectly alright. We're going to add some of these to our mixed greens. Not to add all of them, just some, save some for later. Now we're going to add some of that freshly diced pineapple. Now some of that sweet corn. Now we rub this sweet corn with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and roast it slowly on the grill. Again, you can use this or an open flame, just real lightly. And cook them down all the way down. You get a nice little soft texture. You can see how they look nice and sweet. Save all that caramelization. I'm gonna add some of that fresh tomato. Some of that nice papaya. Now I'm gonna go back to check our shrimp out a little bit. As you can see, they're nice, they're slightly turned color, that's what you want. So we're slightly turn all these over. These shrimp are gonna cook pretty quickly. That's another mistake people make. Try to cook these for about 45 seconds to about a minute, 10 seconds max. Now I like to just turn the flame off and let the natural heat of the pan cook it through the rest of the way. It's a nice and easy trick you can learn. Something simple. Again, people don't take the time to think about this stuff, but it's just there. Use a nice wooden spoon, just toss lightly. Once you got this somewhat mixed, we can come back and use some of that vinaigrette. Not to use all of it, just slightly drizzle some of that in. Now gently just toss it. Get all those good flavors mixed in. So our salad's nice and mixed. I'm gonna set that aside for a minute. Now I'm gonna take a look at our shrimp. A lot of people overcook shrimp simply because they don't know how to cook shrimp. Here's a quick, easy way to check if the shrimp is done. One of the rules of thumb is, see how the shrimp, the head touches the tail. That's another great trick to learn to know how your shrimp is done. Another easy technique is, you see how the inside, how you can see it's just not translucent anymore? That's a perfect sign right there. That's how you can tell your shrimp is perfectly done. Once that color is completely gone and is slightly opaque, then your shrimp are perfectly done. Now you just remove your shrimp, stick them to another simple plate. Take them off the heat. Spread them out just slightly again. So here we go. Here's our shrimp. We'll let that sit for a couple of seconds. Now to start plate the salad. It's gonna be great. So just slightly pick this up. Just put it right in the middle. And you know what? Again, don't be afraid to use your hands. This is natural tongs here. So this is dig right in there. Grab that salad. Just put on top. As you can see, it doesn't have many ingredients. That's why we saved most of the ingredients for the salad. Just to get them all mixed in. Now we're going to come back to those great flavors and just top it off again a little bit more. Give it a nice little bold color. Pick some of that more nice roasted corn. Slightly put it on top. And drizzle the plate a little bit around. With some of that freshly diced tomato. Put everything together. And now let's take these shrimp. Now they're perfectly nice and cooked. Just round around the plate. A nice little direction. Now again, this is a great summer dish. You can use this when you're hanging around the pool or the golf course. Something simple. And here we go, we come back with a nice little vinaigrette. A nice little movement. Just drizzle some of that slightly up around the shrimp. Now back to those orange segments we saved. Now actually just gonna make like a little tower on top. So kind of making it a salad on top of another salad. Something simple. Now the colors are great because it makes it pop out, stand out, especially for summertime. You know, everything's bright and vivid. So we want to go again with the food. More people seem to be attracted to more colorful food, especially during the summer. So that's what this dish implies. Here we go. Put a little more of this on top. And there you have it, a nice grilled shrimp salad, great for any summer occasion. Now just to recap real quickly, you just saw us make a nice Dungeness crab meat dip with some fresh fruit, some homemade crostinis, and it came out nice and beautiful with a nice little presentation in colors. And you saw us make a nice gorgeous shrimp salad with a homemade vinaigrette with some spiced rum and some fresh fruit again. Now thank you for joining me on this show today, and remember, when it comes to great food, the home cook knows best.